Yes.
Similar to Bhakti Yoga, where we have Rama in front of me, and when I do that strong meditation, that Rama is manifesting in the form of whatever the color which I think very pleasant to me, and then I am in a position to interact with that.
Correct. And that is the same thing what we are. See, the thing is, first we need to understand that there is no person there. It's just a mind.
Yes.
So the first feeling that has to go is that I am an individual. You have nothing to do with an individual. You are just a consciousness which is there in everything. That experience mind will have, not you, in the sense that there is no you to have. So as long as I and you and that exists, that many lives we are going to lead. So you got the point. It's like this. But now you are called Bhatt, Subramanya Bhatt. You never knew that you will be named as Subramanya Bhatt by your parents. Correct?
Yeah.
Then how are you believing that your name is Subramanya Bhatt? You give me an answer to that.
This is somebody's imagination.
No. Why are you feeling? Forget that person's imagination. Why he kept that name? Okay, he did a mistake. All that is okay. But why are you feeling that you are Subramanya Bhatt? What makes you feel?
My mind believes. I believe.
No, that is
It's a belief.
right. So now the thing is, that is one guna. So this is tamas guna.
Yeah.
Right. If you right now also feel that I am Subramanya Bhatt, or if I feel that I am Vilas, and if Lata feels that she is Lata, and Padmashri feels that she is Padmashri, then we are in tamas. How much tamas we have, that is separate. It's only the degree. But as long as I believe that I am so and so person, then I am in tamas. Simple. So Rajas is moving into tamas. That means I am putting my effort to establish the identity. I am not willing to accept the fact that when I arrived on this planet, I had no identity at all.
Yes.
So first thing I need to question, why is that? Why should I have an identity? For what reason? Because if I have an identity, it is going to become a photo for sure, or a framed item very soon, whenever that time comes, and then the person gets into the frame.
Yes.
Born so and so date and died so and so date, because I took the form to be true. So can't I remove that? Is my question. Is my question to all of us, all the four of us. Because it is
Vilas, I have.
Yeah, go ahead.
Vilas, what you say is right, but we are in a transactional world, and in a transaction without identity, how can you do a transaction, right?
I agree.
As long as till we feel the need to be in a transactional world, we need an identity. How can we remove the identity and stay in a transactional world?
No, it's not like that, Padmashri. You or I acknowledge that we are in a transaction world. Beautiful. No worries. No mistake in that. Now, in a transaction world, every person will be given one role to play. Again, have no problem in that, because we are playing some roles. So we are supposed to play some roles. When you are playing a role, you need to be called something to play the role. Otherwise, if there is, the character cannot have no name. The character should have some name. So you put a name to that character. Again, there is no problem in that. But should the person believe that he is that character. Indeed, I believe that I am that character. Should he or she do that internally? Nothing to do with external. Externally, she can still do transaction. No problem.
Vilas, if you really look at our lives, when we are born without any identity. And slowly we are pushed that identity. Now I'm seeing one young child grow. I have one friend who has got a small kid. I'm seeing that young child grow. In the beginning, whatever we named her, she would not even react to it. Now she knows who it is. When I ask her, who is this? She says, Nano.
Correct.
So we develop it. Meaning what I'm saying is we bring a life which has got no identity into a transactional world. And we slowly bring this up.
Yes.
And after that, now in a spiritual, when we take the spiritual path, we are trying to say, first of all, we are not even trying to tell, okay, forget about the transactional world and forget your identity. It is even more difficult to say, I will stay in a transactional world, and for the external world, I have the identity. For the internal world, it is not there. It is so difficult to distinguish that. I'm not saying it is impossible or we should not do it. I'm just saying we do the opposite of it, and then at some point in time, we come and push ourselves to do the other thing. So, meaning, is it okay to start this even earlier in our lives?
No, you can even start now. Forget about earlier. What I'm saying is that there are two ways of doing it, Padmashri. One way is that take a sabbatical. Let's say I will go out of job and other thing. Anyway, I'm fully satisfied with whatever I have. So let me call it a day. And once that bonding of the corporate life or whatever that is removed, 60 to 70% of the problem goes by itself. So now I am with only my family related problem rather than office related problem also. So let us say I want to unburden myself. So what I can do is I can resign from job and establish this non-identification in meditation for 4 or 5 or as many years as it takes for me to erase that out. So now let us say I have established, I'm able to really transact without any roles. Absolutely fair. Now if I'm able to do that, it means say that from tamas I have arrived into sattva, because I'm able to clearly distinguish that I am just the role and there is no reality other than the role. So this much clarity I have got, I'm able to establish. Now if it is within my karma to get a job, I will get a job. And now what I can do is I can just enjoy that role. I am a software developer, okay, software developer. I am a manager for development, okay, manager for development. If I am a director for development, okay, director for development. Head of R&D, okay, head of R&D. Vice president or whatever is given to me by that organization, I just follow the role. And then if they in that process, I will see all the dirt coming back, but I am not attached with the dirt. I know how to push off the dirt. So by the end of the day of that office, like a surgeon, I remove all the mask and gloves and everything and clean my body and come back home. So provided I need that, let's say I require for my living, so then I can go back to work and do like this. The advantage with this approach is that for 5 years you have developed that transcendental knowledge, which doing both is not possible. That is, I work also and I try to erase the identity also. That is not going to happen, because the amount of time we are spending in a day is 1 hour, and in 1 hour removing the dirt is impossible. So our growth will get shunted. So this is one approach. Another approach, no, that is not how one should lead life. We should be participating in the transaction. We have taken the role. So when somebody comes on this planet, he comes with a role. So he takes the child role, or he takes some other role assigned to him, depending upon how the body is growing. So he cannot escape that role. So better to understand internally these roles and not get worked up outside on their own. That means you still do go to school and college and degree and PhD and all of that, and you become the best, let us say, entrepreneur or employee or manager or a vice president or whatever it is. So you can set all of that, but internally you have no interest towards any one of this, because you know it is all false. This is what the what is that Yoga Vasishta is all about. When Rama wanted to run away at the age of 13, Vasishta told him that, oh yeah, you understood it, so now you have taken a sabbatical and you understood it, now you get into the transaction world and exactly do what you have seen. Okay, and he did all of that, and that is the reason he became a Siddha Purusha, because he knew what is going to happen. He knew all the dirt that is going to get associated with it, but he himself was not perturbed by that. So when his mother said that you cannot get the kingdom, and she said that you should go 14 years, he said, okay, very nice, so let me go and do that, rather than getting perturbed on that. So these are the two approaches we have to get out of this identity crisis. And identity crisis is the one which takes us to the new destinations, because we identify, oh, this is America, this is Sweden, this is Europe, and this is that, and this is how I need to be. No, this is not how I need to be. All that will come because we identify. So if supposing you don't have to identify internally at all, then you're at peace, because there is no identification at all in consciousness. It's only in the mind there is an identification. I don't know how far did I answer to your question, Padmashri.
No, I understood, but the thing is, practicality of that is the.
Yeah, practically speaking, I think we had discussed this long time ago. Practically speaking, see, now all the four of us are comfortable with our lives as far as a financial commitment goes. So we can do it. It's not that it is too hard to do it, but we don't want to do it. That's a problem, because our problem today is that, okay, I will do it, but what will I do for the whole day? How would I spend time? That is where we are looking a comfort zone of office, because we can invest our time, we can use our mind, the energy of the mind, the intellect and all that, and then spend in this. But if you really see all meetings we have every day basis, it is just repetition of what we did yesterday. There's nothing new being learned by anyone. But yet we feel we shouldn't be doing it. And that is the irony of the situation, because we don't want to give up something in the name of stability, in the name of financial growth, in the name of family, in the name of so many things. We just think that, no, this is how we need to lead life. So this becomes difficult, because you cannot have two boats and two legs in one leg in each boat.
Yeah, that's exactly. Not only the office, I find that everything is so repetitive. You get up, you cook, you eat, you have all these things are very repetitive. There's no change to anything.
Yes.
But sometimes I feel at least we should be happy that we have got no other problems. That every day you're facing a new problem, and we are thinking that doing the same thing on a daily basis itself is a problem. I keep thinking on the other side also, but it is meaning I don't know whether to be doing this repetitional thing without any mind applied to it is the best way to move out of it, or get out of it completely and then don't bother about anything.
No, it is not like that, Padmash. It is like this. See, now you need to have four requisites. So first we need to understand that as humans, not as you or me or anything, should have four requisites. So you need to have food and water, then you need to have a shelter, you need to have a dress to wear, some dresses to wear or clothing, and then you require medicines. These are the four requisite thing you need to have. Let's say I have all the four of those requisite. That means I'm able to do this repetition of only these four. Then the next step I need to see is that, okay, I have a family, I might have a unit family or an extended family, but they're all beings in the samsara who are themselves prisoners of their own karma. So what is that I can do about it? Absolutely nothing. So this is the second, what I can say, prajna or wisdom I need to get into. That we all are prisoners of our own karma. It is not because somebody wanted us to do something. No, it is our own karma, which is bound us as a prisoner. Now, is there any help I can provide? Yes. So let me first find out how to cut this prison wall, and then I might show to people how this can be done. That is my near and dear ones, like my son and daughter and wife and parent and all that. So let's say if I want to do something like that. So first I need to cut free, and then show that to them. And if they're interested, they will do it. Otherwise, they'll feel that I'm happy the way I am. Okay, that is also good. So this is the second one. I need to consider every human being, at least, if not animals, every human being as a prisoner. Then only I will do something about this imprisonment. Otherwise, if I myself don't know I'm a prisoner of this, I jolly wise enjoy and suffer whatever is coming. Only when I know I'm a prisoner, I will do something. So the second one. Now comes the third one. For the food and water, shelter, clothing, medicine. If I have enough vitta, can I be contented with that? Can I implement santosha? Saying that, okay, now this is end, right? So there's no point in doing the other repetition. That is, go and fetch for food. I have fetched as much food as I want, as in terms of money. So for our medication, we have money. For the food, we have money. For clothing, we have money. For shelter, anyway, we have shelter. So there is no EMI or loan or whatever that is required for us to go and work outside. So that is not there. So 60% or more of 60% is gone because there is no interaction required. Now, what is interaction required here is only with the near and dear ones and some relatives and other things. And slowly looking at my lifestyle, they will also run away. That is, the relatives will run away because they feel that I am a fool or I'm a mad guy. When I'm supposed to be working, I'm not doing anything of that. So they call me by different names, and which is good for me. And now I can go internally and resolve this problem of repetition. Due to good karma, I can do that. So I need to first be aware that whatever I am doing is due to my good karma, so that the mind remains in sattva. It doesn't go into tamas. So now, having understood the third one, that is, I don't have to be doing this, so I am in santosha. The moment I am in santosha, shaucha automatically starts happening. That is, I clean up everything, whatever is coming into my mind. So shaucha, santosha, then I have full time to do swadhyaya. Then I will do tapas based upon the swadhyaya, what I am doing, and I am putting everything to the consciousness. It is not me as a mind who is doing it. It is because of consciousness I am able to study, I am able to reproduce, I am able to understand, comprehend, and all that. So I will put on to that universal consciousness, which is the one which is overlooking this mind. So now I have given into the Ishvara Pranidhana. So my mind resides always in sattva. That means the rajas and sattva are together, and rajas and tamas have divorced. So there is no longer this tamasic moha, which says that this is my so and so, I need to take care of this or take care of that. That will go. Instead, it is replaced by karuna. I will do the same thing. I will cook food for let's say I have parent, I will cook food for them. For my husband, I will cook food, or for my wife, I will cook food, or children, and let us say I already have a son-in-law or a daughter-in-law or whatever it is. I do all of that, but internally I am considering everyone as a prisoner. So what would you do with your prisoner? You are going to make his life as comfortable as possible. That's all. So there is no relationship. There is nothing called as a wife and a husband. For you or for me, everyone is the same, including myself. I'm also a prisoner. This person who has married me is another prisoner, and the child which has come out of both of us is another prisoner. So we all are prisoners. So in my home, we are 3 prisoners. So it doesn't really matter whether there are 3 prisoners or 30 prisoners or 300 prisoners. We are all prisoners anyway. So the cell wall is that the cell what we are having is bigger because of our punya, the karma which had punya. So you can go around slightly bigger. Then some prison walls are smaller because their punya is very less, and some even have even more smaller. So they cannot do anything beyond 5 feet maximum. So like that. So once we do these 3 things, your mind completely becomes sattvic, and that's the first time you will see what's the meaning of loving kindness and this compassion which comes to you, because you're seeing every given being in the samsara, be it a bird or a fish or a rat or a cat or a dog or whatever it is, including all the humans, including my own self, are prisoners. So you will have that compassion. That karuna just flows for everyone, not only for you. So it brings in a lot of forgiveness for oneself and for others, because there is nothing you can take as a prisoner. What can you take? Nothing. So that being the case, the mind resides in sattva. Then you will really see what to do. Meaning you will still be able to transact, because prisoners have to transact anyway. So there is this cell warden, you have to transact, and he'll give some assignment on a daily basis. So you have to do the assignment. You can't say, no, I am now understood that I am a prisoner. Yes, you have understood, very good. But you have to complete your sentence. So now here are the tasks for you for today. Just do the task as a prisoner. And when time comes, you will be thrown out of prison. So this is how we can build our mind. Not that you should cut your family and all that, but you can see what can be cut, what minimum can be cut. Some people are very fortunate that they are not married, so they have cut 50% of their problem and only work. And if they have earned sufficient amount of money, then they can cut that also. It's beauty. You really don't have to do anything. You can just do the shaucha, santosha, swadhyaya, tapas, and then Ishvara Pranidhana, and establish the ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. That's a beauty. Now, in my case, it is 50%. I still have the family, but I am considering them as prisoners, and I also told them that they are prisoners. So they are also able to get the point that they are prisoners, and they can themselves see they are prisoners indeed. Because when you get up, you have a toothache or a throat problem, or there is some congestion in the chest, or this or that, and again hunger will strike, and then the water you have to drink, and all that you have to do. So it is a prisoner only, right? You have what else is prison? You have to do the same thing again and again and again and again. That is what the prisoner is supposed to do. So having established that, and there's no need for me to work except for what I'm working. So if the company says that, look, I don't want your services, okay, better thing, I can get back my other time also. Because that is the most important thing for me, is to get out of prison rather than establishing the consciousness in another prison, which is far better than this prison. It makes no sense. So these 3 things, if I am able to implement, it's beautiful. That's what I feel. This is my view of it. I think 3 of you can say. What do you feel? If you want to remain in sattva. Yeah, Padmashri.
No, what you're saying is right, and I think that is the only way we can do it, because I don't find any other way that is easier to do it. Meaning staying in the transactional world and always imagining the all set of people as prisoners, and trying to make things as comfortable as possible within the meaning, not giving importance to any relationship. But whether it is truthfully possible or not, I'm not sure. Because anything where we are scared or worried about the consequence of our action, we are no longer, meaning we are in a bound condition, though we are saying we are trying to be as indifferent to it as possible. We are bound, is what I feel.
No, you are bound.
In consequence, and I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
When I'm saying consequence, if I don't do this, it is not right because of these things. The moment that is there, and we do most of our things on a daily basis like that only. So, meaning we are thinking about the consequences of doing it, and then we are choosing something to do. So that is where I feel that we are bound. And the sabbatical perhaps is a very good way of trying to do it. But I don't know at this juncture whether all our mind is there, meaning all my mind. I'm not thinking about others. I'm just telling whether I'm able to do it from that perspective.
Yes, I agree. See, unless we take action on something, it is not going to work. Meaning to say that, see, you don't have a choice. You have been born as a human, so you need to have 4 requisites that we have to accept. So whether we call it as a bound thing or unbound thing, we have to recognize the fact that we are born as humans and you require these 4 things. So when you require these 4 things, the transaction also comes along with that. That also we have to accept that a transaction has to happen and it will happen. So when the transaction has to happen, that means you need to have an identity. So that identity also is going to happen. But you are not that identity. That is what we need to work out. So for that, there are various approaches. This is one approach, what I found for myself more fruitful. So each one of us have to find what is more fruitful for oneself. Because this is where the Bhatt's way of talking yesterday, Nididhyasana, comes into existence. If we are only in Shravana, it is not going to help. So we need to change. As soon as we hear something and we feel that, oh, this is good, we need to take action. So from the Shravana, we have to get into Manana. That is, we need to extensively think on that and see whether, how can we cut this? Because we are convinced that we can cut it.
Yeah. I fully agree, and I wouldn't say I don't have any practical things or Nididhyasana not being there, because there is an improvement, meaning when things happen and I get upset, that level is not there now. That upset level is not there, so there is a lot of detachment to the way things are happening, but then still that full detachment has not yet come. That is what I'm saying. I know that Nididhyasana is required for that and practice is required, but and your method of telling doing that, maybe one of it I will have to start to think like that and keep training myself to do that. Maybe it will change, but at this point in time, I've only got over the fact that I don't get upset with what things are happening.
Sure,
But
appreciate.
that duty.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Padma.
The duty aspect of, if I don't do this, what is the consequence? And because of that, I do it. That still is going on.
Okay, I appreciate. Anybody else? Otherwise, we have a nice shloka waiting for us.
We can go ahead.
Okay.
But we can also know what others feel, because otherwise it is only the two of us who have told something.
Yes, other two are pin drop silent. At least Bhatt would have fought back. Yeah, but up to you. I mean, Padma Shri is asking you a question.
I think you can make the question clear. Yes, that we try to.
The same question. The same question which Vilas was asking all of us. I told what I felt. I thought it would be good to know meaning how you are also trying to get out of it. From a practical perspective, meditation and these kinds of things are at one point in time, meaning we sit and do it, so it is okay. And but on a daily basis, how do we get ourselves away from this bondage?
Yeah, what I am thinking, see, bondage has to be removed fully convincing. What I am trying to think is, first I had a discussion with Vilas on this when we discussed the Ekadashi. Eating, I think, too many number of times. I want to reduce that. Make it 3 times a day. Then, if possible, try to reduce further. That is one thing I am thinking. But talking externally is very, very tough because I don't internally possible. But I am going to try. Second is controlling of our own the sleeping habits. How much required, that much we should sleep. Not more, not less. I think that is known to our body. Third is the desire for further earning. See, if you put effort, yes, earning is possible, more and more through various means. But that time is going in that direction. Now, is it possible to reduce and invest that time for spirituality? That is a shift required. And when there is not much earning, you will not have too many desires of possessing things. So whatever is available with you, try to maintain and lead your life till the end. Or if you earn also, you have to give that one back to society. That way earning may be okay, not for personal benefit. Then I think how much we can do punyam by giving to others, because again only we have to go through that punyam cycle of enjoyment. So that is not really making big sense. What is really required as per our dharma, we should do it. As a family people, we have certain dharmas, duty, that you have to do, and without expecting anything return from others. Then I think we don't need too much of resources to manage our spiritual, because actually resource itself is a problem for spiritual. We should not have so much of resources except our good health, good mind, and good sleeping and eating habits. I was thinking in that direction. And the teaching of all these Indian, all acharyas, and teaching of our great people, maybe Ramana Maharshi, Vivekananda, and all that put together, if you see, it is the same message, giving in a different form for different type of people. I think for us to make our journey reduce dependency, reduce communication, and reduce whatever interactions we are doing. And reduction is possible only if we don't have that materialistic target. I think those targets we should minimize and bring it to zero and then be there. And earlier we do, that is good. I think at the age of 35 or 40, we should have been around 50% of that. Nothing is late. Whatever we start now, that will help. That's what I was thinking. And Nididhyasana means every day if you think in that direction, only it will happen. If you disconnect, then again it will go back to our original form of possessing things, status and social status and money, etc.
Good. So what about Lata?
I don't know what to say.
Okay.
So yesterday I was chatting with you, right?
Yes.
After But's question.
Yes.
So it is like, so I was, Padmashree, I was also looking at office-wise, we can be in that. I think more or less we can be detached and then do what is needed and so on. So that is possible much easier, I feel. Then when we come to the family, so you feel that you have to take care of them, you will have to cook food, and then you have to, for if I consider my daughter, she is in 10th standard and still her education is there fully in front of her, and so on. And then about my parents and all that. So then when you look at it, if you feel that you are the one who's doing all that, I feel that you are already in himsa, because himsa of the consciousness, because you feel that you are the one who's doing it, and you are the one who's planning for it, and you are the one who's spending money or cooking food and whatever and whatever. So then, but actually it is the consciousness which is doing it, and it is masked from us. And we know it theoretically, that is the consciousness which is doing it. But then why are we not able to do it? It's because we don't have that faith and shraddha that it is the consciousness which is doing it. And it will take care of itself. And our mind is not able to take that. So we go in this, you keep on going in the cycles that it's a duty. The moment you think it is a duty, then the himsa has already happened. So I remember Vilas has been telling in the beginning, if you get rid of that, get into ahimsa, everything will drop. So I've been trying to look at that. It is not so easy. So my way is to keep observing yourself in every action, whatever you're doing, whatever thoughts are coming to your mind, what you're trying to do, and then be conscious about what you're doing. There are sometimes some emotions, some feelings will come which I am unable to control. It is there, but I am watching it actually. So, and it's only you by this kind of observation, you continuously keep on observing, and then you will understand yourself well. That is what is called swadhyaya, I feel, and studying yourself. And then once you keep on observing yourself, then you would be able to make out how you're reacting, and then you will also find out that it is not you who is what everything is being done, and in one day, in a kind of flash of intuition, you will get self-realized. So this is what I was studying. From yesterday, not from yesterday, I've been pondering all this for some months now. How do I get over it? And then sometimes that is when also bhakti comes into picture. I keep telling Muruga or whoever that consciousness is to remind me if I'm doing something wrong. So then some voice comes and then says, sometimes I may get angry with somebody, and some voice asks me, can you do whatever you want to do, irrespective of whatever the other person is doing to you? Can you get above that? So all that kind of questions will come. Somebody will question in my mind. So I feel that voice keeps me on track. It's not that 100% possible. Sometimes I do get angry, and I see that I am getting angry. It's not that in the process, at least in the process itself, I get realized. I get to know, get aware of it. Actually, not afterwards, after some time, but in that point, I get to know it. If you are not able to control it before it starts, it will run a little bit of course, and then only you can bring it back. So I guess that is what I am planning to do actually, because I cannot run away. I cannot leave my job. I have to stay wherever I am. And the only way I can do is whatever Vilas was talking about, a second approach. That's a very difficult approach. But then there is no other way. So right now, that's what my mind is thinking. Maybe there are other ways, but right now my mind is thinking that this is the only way. So I'm trying to do that.
Good, very nice. Yeah, Lata, what you messaged me yesterday is perfect. There is no mistake in what you said, because that is how we find excuses. So you are also right that when you take anything as a duty, then you are already caused injury to the consciousness. Because there's absolutely no duty. You are not dutifully bound on anyone, because everyone is bound on their own karma. It is not your duty at all. The food and shelter, clothing and medicine is one part of this existence called as humans. And in other existence, it will be other way around. So it's all the same consciousness. It has got nothing to do with, it's my duty bound thing. There's nothing called as duty. You are absolutely right. That if we consider it is our duty to do, bring up our children, bring up our husband and wife and all that, that is one of the worst delusion we can be in, because it is tamasic. It's 100% tamasic. There's no duty.
Just one question. Now, as Lana said now, I can't leave my job. I have to take care. What do you put all these under? What do you classify this under?
It is tamas only, Padmashri.
That's what I am saying is. So it is not very easy to leave that. When we say duty, meaning whether we say it is the consciousness which is doing it. Meaning we are not doing anything because to tell the truth, today we are there. Meaning I am looking at it in a more practical sense. Today we are there. We are doing all these things. That means to say tomorrow I am not here. People are not going to eat food. People are not going to do their work. Yeah, I know all those things from a practical sense. They are going to do it. So I am not the one who is running the show, but it is still there in my mind. Meaning, if I don't get up now and do it, people will not get food. So I better get up and do it. So that is what I call it as bondage. Meaning I attach something to the consequence of today. So
But we have to start somewhere. And at some point you have to start.
I agree with you.
And if you keep on telling, if you think that I cannot run away and I have to stay here ever, and that is tamas, and that everything is gone, that way if you do, then you will not be able to progress. So somewhere you have to start, and then over a period of time, it will happen. And then maybe the thought in my mind also will drop that, that it is okay to run away, or it is okay to leave things and so on.
Oh, God.
So that is what my husband and my daughter are scared of. They try their best to keep me engaged here.
Good, very nice. So I appreciate all the
Vilas, you said just now, in the discussion, this duty means it is something you said, what do you call, himsa. We are putting something on our own, right? Imposing something.
Yes.
But our understanding of duty is dharma. We have to deliver our duty as per dharma. Because if we have agreed that we have family, it is our duty to do that karma which is required for family within the dharma.
Okay, answer me this question.
I have not understood why it is something different. You have to deliver.
No, wait for a second. So,
and it is yajna. Yeah.
No, I agree. So let's go deeper and see whether there is anything apart from himsa which is there. Before meeting, let us take my own example. Before meeting my wife, the so-called wife, before marrying her, was there any duty towards her?
Before, no.
So that means you are not dutifully meant to do that, right? It is a role. Now she was my friend. She was my school friend. So she was just a friend. So
yes.
So the role at that time was as a friend, and you have to do your role as a friend. So where is the duty coming there?
That's it.
Right.
No, there is no. But I am talking about after marriage.
Wait for a second. No, wait for a second. Now, how did it change? Just because I am married, how did it change into a duty? It is still the role. Isn't it or not?
Playing that role, 1 minute, playing that role is your duty, right?
No, it's not like that. You have, the consciousness have taken many roles of the person. So that is the reason a person can be identified as a mother, as a sister, as a wife, as a neighbor, as a whatever. Because like when my wife goes to her home, her mother treats her not as a wife. She talks to her as a daughter. So the same consciousness is playing the role of a daughter. Now,
same consciousness plays various roles.
Yes. So when one role is played, other role is dead. So where is the duty coming into picture? She can't play a wife role and a daughter role at the same time.
Yes.
Not possible. So where did the wife role go then? You answer to me this. So where is the duty? So if you can answer this, you have answered everything.
So from that consciousness point of view, which is Brahman point of view, there is nothing called role. But we are not Brahman, we are Jivatmas. Jivatma is bound with something. And then through our duty and our dharma, we are going into that state. After reaching that state, I agree with you. But we have not reached.
No,
We
wait
are
for
in the process of reaching.
Okay.
The whole Bhagavad-gita says, you do your duty. Then
What is the duty? No, what is the duty? We have covered the 12th chapter.
Bhagavad-gita. See,
Bhagavad-gita only I'm talking.
of duties.
Huh.
Yeah.
No, we have covered the 12th chapter, which he says Dharma. He says, what is Dharma? In the 12th chapter. Did you hear anything about the duty there? He starts with amanitvam, adambitvam, all that. Sorry, that is on 13th chapter, which is Jnana. 12th chapter, he says that adveshta sarva bhutanam maitraha karuna evacha. That is what was, he says that is dharma. That is what you are supposed to do. So where is the duty there? He didn't add anything called as duty in the 12th chapter. So we can go back to
instead of using the English word duty, as per this teaching Bhagavad Gita in Sanskrit, it says what I am supposed to do. See, I have 4 purusharthas: dharma, artha, kama, moksha.
Correct.
Moksha is ultimate, last one.
So if you put
and you have dharma, artha, and kama.
Right. Right, yes. Absolutely. So now we come to this grihastha way of looking. Yes, you start with dharma.
As a grihastha, what I am supposed to do is the question.
Yes, so now you have to have 25, let us say, years of education learning the dharma, right?
Yes.
Whatever dharma is required, that doesn't involve yourself with marriage, correct? Yes or no?
I'm not in a position to respond properly because question is not gone inside like that.
Okay. See, as
a human being, if I am born in a family, I have to take care of my parents. What is that called? Is it a duty or it is dharma? What is that called?
It is your dharma.
Forget about English word. Let us use only the word
Sanskrit.
used in this.
Dharma. What is your dharma? Your dharma.
It is dharma.
Your dharma is to take care of your parent, right?
Yes, I am talking about exactly same thing.
One minute. Hold on for a second. No, what do you mean by taking care? What can you take care?
I have to deliver.
What you can deliver?
If you say English.
No, what
I have to take care of my parents means if they are aged, then I have to serve.
Exactly.
I have to cook food and give. I have to give them a good bath, and I have to keep them happy. Some effort is I have to. It is not what you call for my benefit. I am doing it is as a yajna. I am doing it. What is that called?
No, wait for a second.
Is it duty or something else?
No, it is not. It is yajna. If you see, duty is you are bound by something. That's what Padma Shri is saying. So let us unearth it properly. So it is. We use in Sanskrit a very nice way of defining it. We say Matru Devo Bhava.
Correct.
Pitru Devo Bhava. Acharya Devo Bhava. Atithi Devo Bhava. Right?
Yes.
So what it means is the bhava, what they are showing, is like a god. Correct? So how would you treat God? With satkara.
Correct.
That's all you're supposed to do.
Shodashopachara.
Yes. So you are exactly doing what is to be done. That is the dharma. So you have been born from a parent, so you have to be grateful to them for giving you a chance to exhaust your karma. So you have to literally serve them. What do you mean by serving is all their needs have to be met.
Yes.
Without expectation, and treating them as what? Treating them as a higher being, which is Deva, because you cannot put them in Brahman, because they themselves have karma.
Yes.
Correct? So for that reason, we call them as Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. So these four. So for the first 25 years of my existence, what I am going to do is I am going to learn how to serve.
Yes.
Okay. Now for the next 25, that is when I start earning, I earn for not only for myself but for contributing to the society, whichever that society is.
Yes.
Because they have also helped
Yes.
for my growth.
Yes.
Right? Now there are kamana. Kamana means that there are desires of me and my family, including parents and wife and all that. But I have to consider here, if I want to go to the fourth one, moksha, I have to consider here that I am a prisoner, right?
Mm.
And then work towards it. Otherwise, it will be dharma, artha, kama only. It won't get into moksha.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we were to put this way, then you are saying, then it comes to another one through Manu Smriti. It talks about the grihastha-ashrama, the sannyas-ashrama and all that, right? Now he splits the same thing by these four and also splits that same thing by the ashrama.
Mm.
Okay, so first, initially Vidyabhyasa, so you learn. Then you get married. This is Grihastha, so you have your own home established. And then you understand that it is 50th year now, so there is no point in drilling yourself there. So you go to Vanaprastha. That is, you can do it within your mind or you can go out, whichever way it helps you. So you go for a Vanaprastha. You are in nature, with nature, identifying what is nature law rather than this man-created law. Then go for a complete sannyasa where you give up everything, including the quest for your own body or existence.
Yeah.
So that is the dharma. So you are following the dharma. So there is nothing other than dharma, what you are doing. And in each dharma,
So that is called dharma. That is called dharma, and it is not called duty.
it is not duty. No, there is no duty. When you say duty, it is
What
bound.
is the duty? You see, you said you don't do duty. I have understood. What is the duty equivalent to Sanskrit word?
Duty, Sanskrit. Because
The thing is,
Kannada.
you don't do that. I wanted to understand what I should not do it. See, I have understood dharma I have to do because that is my dharma to serve my parents. I understood fully.
Correct. See, now the Kannada word or even Sanskrit word would be Kartavya.
Yeah,
Duty.
yes, exactly. I'm talking about Kartavya. Yes, duty is Kartavya.
This is not your Kartavya, no.
Is it not that Kartavya, Dharma and Kartavya both are same or different?
No. How can it be same? See, if you say this is my Kartavya, role play is your Kartavya. Role play as a son is your Kartavya.
Yes.
Role play as a husband is a Kartavya, but that's not Dharma. There is no thing called as husband or a... because it's a role.
We should not do our Kartavya as per your discussion, no duty.
See, there is no Kartavya as such except for the role. You are doing the Kartavya as a role. You have been given a role. See, there's a drama, and in that drama you have been given a husband role, and that is the Kartavya. But are you the husband in the first place? In that movie, you are the husband.
Deeper meaning of spirituality? No, it's just a role play.
And
This is mithya.
Yes, that is what you need to identify and play the role without expectation of anything on that role.
Okay, understood. So you treat that as mithya, and there is nothing about mithya you have to do.
Yes.
It is not dharma. When you see mithya, it is not dharma.
Yes.
Dharma is where there's a satya.
Correct. See now, as an example.
So now you give me one more question within this only. Now I have parents.
Yes.
I have to dharma.
Yes.
Where is the satya here in this? See, parent is the mithya, mind is mithya, everything is mithya. Then where is dharma?
And then you are saying that Shankaracharyas are not right person.
No, my doubt.
No, that is what it drives on to. See, I'll tell you what. So let us again go slowly on this. See, Kartavya is the role play what we do. You have to do it 100%. No doubt on that.
Yes.
Dharma is what will establish the pure consciousness. That is the Dharma. So what Krishna says is that in the 12th chapter, the 40 things what he speaks about, he says that is Dharma.
Yes.
Anything other than that is Adharma.
Okay.
So the one thing what we need to implement from Bhagvadgita, if at all we are doing it, 12th chapter, 13th chapter, 14th chapter, 15th chapter, 16th chapter, 17th chapter. Because we are coming into Asi. Tattvam Asi. We have understood Tvam, we understood Tat, and now we are in Asi. So if somebody were to really say, I love Bhagavad Gita, I go by each word, first and foremost, he should understand what is Dharma. Dharma is what the 40 attributes what he talks about. That is Dharma.
Yes.
That has got nothing to do with Kartavya. Whereas Arjuna's Kartavya role play is of an archer. He is a Kshatriya.
Correct.
But is his consciousness Kshatriya?
Consciousness, there is nothing called Kshatriya. It is consciousness.
So Krishna is asking a question. Why are you getting perturbed about it? You are mixing Dharma with Kartavya. And that is what he explains in the second.
Kartavya is for the role.
Yes.
Kartavya is for the role.
Yes.
Dharma for your for what? Dharma rakshati rakshitaha.
For your
Dharma is for your
upliftment.
upliftment. Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
So if you want, so Manushya, if you were to define what is Manushya, Yasya Manaha Urshati Sa Manushya. That is, one whose mind has elevated is Manushya.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So your Dharma is for Urshana. That is, it has to expand from there, right?
Yes.
If you put it under Kartavya, what happens? You will never grow.
Yeah, we cannot see because Kartavya never ends.
Yes, because see, very simple.
One fine day you have to say that now I have no more Kartavya. I am ready for the end ticket.
Yes. So that is the reason what the Hindu Dharma or the Sanatana Dharma spoke about is you split it by 25 years, 25, 50, and you come out of it, and then the rest, next 50 years, get out of it. That's all. Finish. Your Kartavya ended at 50, no?
Yes. Correct. That is very clear.
So you by that time the parent also would have gone to Swargavasa. Like in my case, I'm yet to reach 50 and my both parents are not there.
Yes, you have full freedom.
So can I still say that no, I have Kartavya?
Now see, you have married, you have children and all that. When you see, then that role will continue. There is no end for that role.
The role will continue, but that is not Dharma.
That is not Dharma.
This is where the paradoxical is now.
Yeah, I think we can continue. It's already time.
Yes, so we will.
If any questions on Monday, we can continue the sloka Monday.
Yeah,
it's good. I got some clarity.
No.
Good, Padmasri, you have brought a good topic.
Yes.
Monday morning we will discuss this only. Until we have clarity, we will not go to the next one.
I've been pondering over this for some months now.
Actually, it is, meaning this has always been there in my mind also. But today's, actually, it would have been nice if we had continued, but then all of us have the meetings to attend. But then
we have our Kartavya to do.
Yes.
No, slightly I am getting the distinction actually, meaning that Dharma, Kartavya distinction, no? With what we are discussing, we are getting that distinction. I think we will arrive at an answer on Monday by meaning what to do.
Vilas will bring a special experience of Monday.
Now he'll ponder over it and come up with experiences.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fine.
Good, Vilas.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you then.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Bye.
Hmm.